David Kelling here, Kelling CPA. Heading home from work today, heading through the Plain Wetland Sanctuary. Thought I'd pass the time by talking a little bit about small employee retirement plans and some of the tax credits that are available for them. First, small businesses. Generally talking under 100 employees, most of the time under 50. Between that 50 and 100, there's a few more rules to follow. So I'm going to be mainly speaking to those people with less than 50 employees. All right, the credits. There's actually 3 credits out there. First one is credit of up to $5,000 for each of the first 3 years for starting a new plan. So if you have startup costs or administration costs of $5,000, you can get a $5,000 credit. If you spend $2,000, you get a $2,000 credit. This credit is actually available for 3 years. Starting in the first year, you start a new plan. If you already have an existing plan going, you cannot use that credit. You have to be starting a new plan. If you happen to miss that credit, say you started a plan in 2023 or 4, you can go back and amend your returns and take advantage of that credit. So that's number 1. Number two is a really easy one. If you have on your plan auto-enrollment for your employees, you can get a $500 credit for each of the first 3 years. And if you have a plan in place and you just start and add auto-enrollment for new employees, you still get that $500 credit. So that one doesn't have to be a new plan. So not a huge credit, but 500 bucks, as my grandma used to say, better than a sharp stick in the eye. All right, we'll talk about number 3 and get around this person. Coming on your left, plan number 3 here, credit number 3, I should say. There's a credit equaling up to $1,000 per employee for the amount the employer, not the employee, but the employer matches or contributes to the retirement plan. So we're sort of looking at under retirement plans, 401ks or simple plans. There's a matching feature. How the credit works. Up to $1,000 for what you match for the employee on the first 100,000 and 105,000 of wages. So the employee's matching 1%, does $100,000 of wages, there's your $1,000 credit. But say they're only doing 0.5%, 100,000 of wages is only $500 credit. And if they happen to be making, say, like 120,000, you still only get 0.5% on the first 105,000. All right, how long does this credit last? How does it work? The first 2 years, it's 100% of the match for that employee, up to that $1,000. Year 3, 75%, year 4, 50%, and year 5, 25%. So another good news is, if you forgot to do this or didn't know about it, and you started a plan in 2023, 24, you can go back and amend and get those credits. You can also go back and amend those credits or start taking that any of the first 5 years for a new plan. So if you started in, say, 22, your credit years will be 22 through 26. Well, you can't go back to 22 because the plan didn't start until 23. But you at least go back and get some. You can only use it for the first 5 years of the plan. So, like my example, it started in 22, you're only gonna get 23, 24, 25, and 26. You're only gonna get 4 of the years, and only 100, 75, 50, 25 for those 4 years. So there, it's nice, really nice credit, very lucrative. Way to offset your costs of having that benefit for employees. So hopefully you found something useful here. If you have questions, go check us out, www.kellingcpa.com, or give me a call. Phone number's on the website. Be happy to talk about it with you and give you some more details. So hopefully you didn't mind the wetlands, better than watching me talk about this fun stuff. Hoping to be doing some more. We got a whole new big tax bill that just passed, so plans to break that down in a little smaller chunks and just sort of lay it out there in a little more simple terms and smaller to digest bits. Now we're on a little busier road here, heading home. Have a good evening. Talk to everybody later.